All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Homeroom with Smooth, and I have with me Destiny. She's a
Yep.
firearms instructor based out of Little Rock, Arkansas, and basically she's gonna go over some firearm safety tips, what to do with a firearm, getting a license for a firearm, and like maybe some differences between uh, concealed carry and open carry, things of that nature, because she's more of an expert in that arena than I am. So without further ado, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pass it off to her.
Okay, so basically, I guess for anybody that is new to firearms or getting into firearms, there are like three, I say four, but a lot of people say three basic firearm safety rules that everybody should follow just to make sure, like, regardless of your training level, if you're like, it's a touchy subject, but if you're like 16 and you're handling a firearm, I feel like you should still know this information because you just never know when you're going to come into contact with one. But so one is to always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction.
Right.
And safe direction is pretty much just fluid. Like some people will say, always keep your gun pointed up. Well, I don't really believe that's true because what goes up has to come down. So that's not necessarily safe. You
Right.
don't know
Right.
where that bullet could be landing.
Right.
Like,
I don't like that idea
so
either.
yeah. And then it's like, some people say always keep it pointed down. Well, down is not necessarily safe either. If you live in an apartment and you have downstairs neighbors, you don't know what's down there. Bullets go through layers, so that doesn't automatically make it safe. Safe direction is anywhere where you won't be hitting people or pets or property that you don't want destroyed. So always keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. Number two, just practice trigger finger discipline. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to actually fire the gun. Like you don't want to have any accidents. Like say if you're carrying a firearm in your purse and you're not disciplined enough to know how to keep your finger off that trigger when you pull it out. What if you wrap it around the trigger accidentally when you're taking it out of your purse and it fires? You shoot yourself in the foot or just whatever was in front of that gun when it was firing. So just practice not keeping your finger on the trigger until you're ready to actually fire the gun.
Right. That's true.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
You good? You good? You good? You good? Yeah.
Okay. Number three,
Mhm.
they always say, keep your gun unloaded until you're ready to use it. When you're carrying a gun, like for self-defense purposes, I consider that ready to use. Even if you're not leaving the house with the idea that y'all want to shoot somebody today, still keep your gun loaded if you're carrying it. I don't think that rule necessarily applies to people who can still carry daily because if you ever have to use it in an emergency or anything like that, no bad guy is gonna hold on while you load your gun real quick. Like it should already be ready.
Hold on. Let me put
So
the right mag.
right, like hold on, real second. I just gotta like no, they're not gonna wait on that. So just keep it loaded when you're carrying. But when they say unload it until you're ready to use, that means like if you're keeping it in storage or for like home defense, you don't want to leave loaded guns in your storage and you accidentally pick it up and forgot that it was loaded when you put it there and you're being careless and something happens. So
Right.
just keep it unloaded, but always assume they are loaded. Check it first.
Mhm.
Just keep it unloaded until you're ready to use. Um, the fourth one I don't think it's really a universal law, but I always say to know what's behind your target also. So when
Mm,
you're at an indoor shooting
that's
range
good.
or something like that,
That's good.
you know what's behind your target because it's a wall back there that's catching all the bullets. So they can't go anywhere. But it's more so like if you're shooting outdoors, like if you're just out in the open woods, some poor animal might run behind your target and you weren't paying attention. Or in a self-defense, real life emergency situation, bullets can still penetrate a person, go straight through and hit what's behind them. So you don't want it to hit like some little girl that was just trying to stay out the way. So before you fire your gun, after you follow one, two, and three, before you fire it, make sure you know what's beyond your target.
Hmm.
Those are just four basic safety rules
Hmm.
that we always go over first with any student. So we get that out the way.
Right. Yeah. Cause I'd say like for real, like only thing I say to add to that, like when you are storing the gun, like look in the chamber, like really actually look, cause sometimes like you don't even know, like oh
Yeah.
there is one more in there. like, cause you don't want to. You took the clip out, and
Yeah.
you think everything good, and there's still one more round, and they're like, oh shoot, like even the best.
Yeah. So taking the magazine out of a gun,
Yeah, that ain't
yeah,
safe.
taking the magazine out doesn't guarantee that it's empty. You
Mm-hmm.
have to rack that slide and look down there. And I don't mean, when I say look down there, I don't mean turn the gun around and point it at yourself and look down the barrel. Like, no, don't do that either. Because that wouldn't be a safe direction. You see, so now you're breaking rule number one. A safe direction is not yourself. You just look down the barrel while it's pointed the other way. You can easily do that if you open it. But yeah, you always assume that any gun that you come into contact with is loaded. Even if you saw me unload it and I handed it to you, like, here you go, Smooth, like, it's unloaded, you would still want to check anyway. Just triple check, because it saves lives. Like, you can never check too many times.
Right. For sure, for sure. But yeah, so okay, so you're based out of Arkansas. You do instruct. How long have you been a firearms instructor? Like,
So I actually became a firearms instructor this year. So I've been shooting for like 5 years. And this year, I just really decided to take my craft more seriously and actually develop myself as an instructor. I just noticed we don't have okay, me personally, when I first got into shooting and stuff like that, I would go to these gun ranges and like, I don't see anything but old white men. Like, that's the
yeah,
norm
yeah,
at a gun store, at a gun range, like anything to do with this whole culture. And so you almost feel like out of place. Like,
yeah.
should I even really be here doing what
Can I
I'm
get
doing, you
it
know? Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like this ain't for me. So, I mean, I really became an instructor. I wanted to, for the representation aspect, because
done?
I feel like if people see somebody doing something, somebody that looks like them doing something, then it's like, okay, I can do that too. Like, I've had a lot of women tell me, I would go to the range, but they're just some jerks there. I feel so out of place. Like, but they have no problem coming to me because they can relate to me. I'm a young woman, they're a young woman. Like, I'm only 26. Like, oh, well, she's 26. Like, she's not, like, I just feel like there's more like relatable aspects if you're coming to somebody who looks like you that's
Right.
doing it. So that's the main reason why I wanted to become an instructor. And also, just, I like teaching people gun safety because it's so like a not talked about enough topic. We talk about guns and they talk about how they're dangerous, but we don't talk about safety. And that's why people think they're dangerous.
Right. Because I mean, like if people went off of what they seen on TV and what they see on music videos and stuff, like that's none of them methods is safe. None of that is safe.
None
Okay,
of
it
them.
looks cool. It looks real cool. But I'm telling you,
Even in movies, like, there's no firearms instructor on set telling them what's safe. So they're just doing things that wouldn't be safe in real life to do if you mimicked it. So yeah, it's not talked about enough.
yeah, definitely. So what's my next question? Oh yeah, so now now attaining a license. Like, how would somebody go about getting a license for a gun?
So in Arkansas is actually an open carry state. So you don't need a concealed carry permit to buy a gun or just to walk around with one. The thing is, it's just muddy waters because if you don't have a concealed carry permit, you can't conceal it. You have to walk around with it open. And I don't think that's really for Black people for like a whole nother reason. It's like a whole nother conversation. But
Definitely not in
I
Arkansas.
prefer, right, like, I prefer to carry my firearm concealed. Like, I would rather be presumed to be some helpless little sheep or whatever, and something happens and I can't defend myself, rather than somebody targets me because they know I have it and they're ready to come take it from me. Like, they've already got this planned out in their head because they saw it, they know I got it, and I would rather have the opposite situation. So I always conceal carry. But to get a concealed carry license, you just have to attend a training class in Arkansas. You have to apply at the state police. So they do a background check and you have to do fingerprints and all that. But it's really not hard after you take the class. It's like two more steps after that and then your application is in the mail. It's really quick and easy.
Okay, cool. What I got? What I got? Oh yeah. So okay, now I don't know how familiar you are with this, but this is a question I always get asked a lot because you're in the military. You should know. I give them the best answer I know, but I'm just like I really don't know. No, like
Yeah.
I can't speak with a. So in which scenarios or is what gun the best? Like, cause I get a lot of people. They're like, oh, I want to get me a little Draco too, and I'm like, you don't need a Draco. You probably can't even hold that thing. The recoil, you're going everywhere. Like, have you shot just a rifle in general? Like, I don't think you know what
Yeah,
you're getting yourself into. Like,
yeah.
so for like,
No, well, I feel like purchasing a firearm is a highly personal decision. Like me personally, I'm a Glock person. I like Glocks. I've never shot a Glock that I was just like, I hate this gun. I won't carry it. I won't do anything with it. So I like Glocks. I'm kind of biased. I carry a Glock 42, but that's a 380 and it's a compact handgun. My favorite gun though is a Glock 19. It's a full size gun. I don't carry it around, but I leave it at home for home defense reasons. So I think that plays for one a
mm-hmm,
major role in that, what you're going to be using it for. So if you plan to carry it around on your person and you plan to conceal it, you need to purchase a concealable firearm. So something smaller. And it may not always be something smaller because if you have a bigger frame, like you're a grown man, you can probably conceal something full size, whereas I can't
right,
because I'm 5'2". like I can't do that. But
yeah,
it just depends. It's personal. You have to not purchase guns based on the celebrity of the gun. Like Dracos are popular guns, so
mm-hmm,
a lot of people don't realize that they really aren't that accurate. And I guess a lot of it could have to do with the user, but I mean, that's not a gun that you would be carrying around, or even something that you should want to just pick up and defend your home with. Like, it's just, I don't know. Don't buy guns for the celebrity of them. Don't buy guns
right,
because someone told you that this is a really good gun. Like, you need to go to the store and feel the gun yourself, hold it yourself, even go to a range and rent it and shoot it yourself before you buy it. I personally don't believe in buying firearms that you've never shot before. It's
mm-hmm,
like buying a car that you've never driven before, or
yeah,
you asked to and they were like, no, just trust me, like it's good. Like you wouldn't do that. So it's kind of the same thing with firearms.
okay, yeah. I feel that. I feel that. So okay, so this is what I was told, and I'm gonna see if you agree with this. So like a handgun, a handgun is good for like personal, like concealing and for like personal defense and like home defense, right?
Yeah.
Then it's like a shotgun. If you're not going to the range every day and you need to defend your home, like, and you get like a buckshot, that's really good for defending your home because you ain't got to look and aim at the person really. You can just point and shoot down the hallway. You're gonna hit them, like guaranteed.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit them. And
Yeah.
then the next one was the rifle. Like that is for defending like against like maybe like a somebody like you're going back. You're gonna end up having to go back and forth with, and it's like a longer range. You don't want to be shooting that in the house because it's going through rooms. It's going through
Yeah.
multiple walls. Like you don't want to shoot that in your house. That's not to defend your house. And then plus, they were like the maneuverability isn't the best with a rifle.
No, with a big
You got to think
rifle.
to aim it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I agree with you. And again, I could be biased because I prefer handguns. I prefer pistols. And I think you can get by just fine with a handgun for a home defense gun. You can even go as far as to mount flashlights on them and so you can see in low
Little
lighting, or
red
you
dot.
can do the true glow sights so they glow in the dark for you and make it obvious. I mean, there are ways you can dress up your pistol just to make it more efficient for home use. Like shotguns, I don't know. So I don't know. You said with the buckshots, like you kind of don't have to really know
Yeah,
how to aim or
that's
anything
what
like that.
the guy was telling me. I was just looking at him like, all right, I can't
See, I
argue.
don't agree with that because
It sounds logical.
yeah, I mean, it does, but I don't agree with that because I believe if you're not working to be accurate, then you're not really being a safe and responsible gun owner. Like, I don't think any safe and responsible gun owner would go buy a gun just because they don't have to really know how to shoot that well. Like, that's not really being safe
Right,
or responsible. When you
right.
want to learn to shoot that well, so you know what you're hitting, even in the dark, like the
True.
thing with buckshots is the damage they can do to your property. So you may be aiming at that one bad guy that's breaking in your house with a machete or something, but now these shots are spread all out and you've hit your walls, damaged your furniture, damaged tables. Like, why would you want to do all that when you could just, practice with a firearm, get efficient with it. And when you fire, you know exactly what you're hitting. You're hitting exactly what you're aiming at. You don't have to worry about
Facts.
all of that extra damage. Then rifles could be used for home defense, yes, but a lot of rifle ammunition is really high penetration, and it just goes back to the damage thing. Or like if you're not paying attention to what's behind your target, and that 223 round just goes straight through them and like hits the kid or something like that. Like
Yeah,
it's just so much more to worry about using shotguns and rifles versus just a pistol with hollow point ammunition in there.
yeah,
They don't have that much penetrability. They stop where they're supposed to stop. So I would just say go with pistols.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I caught you. I caught you on the hollow point. You like, hey, I'm putting you down. You like, you going down.
No, but, I mean because target ammunition, it keeps going. Like hollow
Yeah,
points, they're more likely to stop when they hit what they're supposed to hit,
right, right,
and
right.
that's why the rounded off ammunition is likely it says target ammunition on the box because they don't want you to carry that and use it in a defense situation. Like
Mhm.
you don't know what it's gonna penetrate versus these hollow points. So
True, true, true. I just had to mess with you on that. I just had to mess
that's so funny.
with you.
Like yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, well see, that's my thing. Is even though I'm around guns all the time, and I am a firearms instructor, I hope I never have to use one. Like, I don't want to kill anybody. And then there's just so much that people don't think about that comes after the fact. Like, a lot of classes, I know in my class we talk about this, but a lot of concealed carry classes, they teach you how to do the bang or whatever and everything leading up to it, but they don't really teach you about what's going to happen if you ever have to use your gun in self defense. Like, you can still get charged with murder until you go to court. Like the police, they aren't going to show up and be like, "Oh, you have a concealed carry license? That's okay. Don't worry about it." You know, you still murdered somebody,
Yeah.
so you still have to go to court and all that. There's still going to be legal fees incurred. It's like you have to think about you're putting your whole family through this, not just you. It wasn't just you that did this one act. Now you're going to be in court in and out for the next however long. They're
Mhm.
going to take your gun. That's evidence now. So if you have some decked out gun and you were just trying to be cool with it and not be functional with it and you used it, now it's gone. So you probably won't get it back for years. I mean, like until this is over.
Right.
So a lot of people, they just don't think about the aftermath that comes after that. After you ever have to do the bang, people are just excited to like, oh, I have a gun and I'll shoot you if you mess with me, but that's still murder.
Yeah.
So you're still going to have to prove that you were justified in doing that. Like you can't just walk around with an attitude and low tolerance and a gun. Like none of it mixes.
Right, right, right. Ooh, let me plug this laptop up. I'm talking low battery. That's like, okay, okay. You
So
right.
it's so dark where I'm at because I'm in my car because I had to find a quiet space to talk. So yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lighting is terrible.
I'm trying to think. What else? What else? What else? Um. So like for I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. What was my other question? So for like um. But so what is some I guess common misconceptions you see like common misconceptions like using a firearm that you see like common like
Using a firearm,
yeah
that I would say the top one is people thinking that guns can just go off. Like they can't just go off. Guns don't just go off.
mm,
It's normally user error. Like if a gun just goes off and people blame it on the tool, guns are just a tool. They're just metal, just scrap metal. They can't do anything on their own. It has to be the person that's holding the gun that makes it go off. And I know a lot of women I've seen, they won't want to touch the gun, or they feel like even when they pick it up by the grip that it's gonna shoot. Like no, it can't shoot unless you pull the trigger. That's why we practice the
really
trigger finger discipline and keeping it off until you're ready to shoot. So it's just I'll just have to go back through all that. Like guns don't just go off. Guns are not bad. People are bad. Uneducated, uninformed people are bad, and also just crazy people are bad. But guns are not bad.
mm-hmm.
So that will probably be the biggest misconception.
Okay
Um, Another one I would say, just right off the rip, is grip. Like how people assume you're supposed to hold a gun based on how they do it in movies, which I can't stand. Like, oh my God, I can rant about it like all night. You are not supposed to, oh my gosh, hold your gun sideways like this,
Yeah.
or like hold your wrist when you're holding the gun, like the whole little teacup thing.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not the best way.
Yeah.
So don't mimic movies. Go get actual training. Don't mimic movies.
Yeah. Not at all. Not at all. 'Cause I can say because I just went to a range the other day, like last week or whatever. I can say like at least like with a rifle, like
Yeah.
you'll hold it right here. You'll have the stock right here in your shoulder. You kind of lean
Mhm.
it so you can see, and then you're gonna put your hand like somewhere on the barrel, somewhere. Stability. That's it. That's what you're doing. Anything outside
Yeah.
of that, if your hands are anywhere else, like you need to fix that. Okay, your left hand shouldn't be down by your side, and you out here like Rambo. No, that's not gonna work. Trust me, it's not gonna
It's funny because I trained a woman who was in the military. She's in the military actually now, but we were training on pistols, just handguns, not rifles. And she's so used to shooting these big rifles and M16s and stuff like that. She was like, shooting a handgun is hard. Like, this is hard. And I was just thinking, girl, you're in the military. You shoot M16s all day. And you're like, shooting this little 9 millimeter is hard, but it's different because you don't have all that same support of having, a brace right here or stock or whatever. You just have to hold it stretched out in your two hands, and it's like a mini explosion going off in your face when you pull the trigger, and you have to keep it contained in your two hands. So it is a bit different, but I just thought that was funny.
facts, facts. I had what is it?
Ooh.
There was there was something that you posted. I should have screenshotted it that I wanted to talk to you about. I should have screenshotted it. I feel bad. I did not save that. I did not save that. It's not. It was like on your story, and I was like, "Yo," I'm like, I'm like, share this, and then I don't have it.
Wait, what was it pertaining to?
Um, it has something to do with something to do with. Let me see. What was it? Let's see. Come on. What is it? 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 I said something to you about it. Um,
Oh, maybe in my messages. Maybe it's still on there.
Messenger. It might have been in the messenger. I don't know. I do not know.
Maybe I'll try to go find it.
Yeah, because I had sure said I'm like this is one more. That thing was it was good though. It was really good. I was like, yo, this is good right here. I'm
Was
like,
it the rifle thing?
it might have been the rifle thing. It might
'Cause
have
I
been.
don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I can't.
The rifle thing was just basically people think AR stands for assault rifle, and it does not. It's like a huge misconception, and it creates negative stereotypes of rifles. Like, it doesn't mean assault rifle. They aren't made to assault people with. That's not what it stands for. It stands for Armalite rifle, and a lot of people don't know that, but that's pretty much what that was. AR does not stand for assault rifle.
Yeah, it don't. But yeah, so do you have like anything else like that you wanna like dive into or talk about or whatever? Because that was pretty much like the bulk of my questions for the most part.
Yeah. No, not really. If anyone was interested in taking a class, I usually do my concealed carry classes once a month. So I have one October 25th. That one's actually full. It's sold out. The next one will be November 6th. And
Business.
then I'm planning. I didn't hear you.
No, I said business booming. Is it? I always saw that.
Like,
I said,
look,
oh,
I'm trying to get into. Yeah, like I'm trying to get into. I think I said November 6th. November 15th is my next class.
okay,
And then I'll have one sometime in December. I'm planning it. So I have my classes at the House of Art. It's a museum owned by Chris James, a black guy. So we're trying to keep everything
okay,
just
black on, black
black
on.
owned.
Okay,
Yeah, we have our classes there. Then we go to the outdoor range in Mayflower and do our little shooting, and we leave. You get your license the same day. It's really quick and simple.
Oh, dang. Okay. Now you got a whole process, assembly line. Get all through there.
You don't get your permit the same day. You
uh,
get your certification saying that you passed the class and you can apply for one. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
let me clear that up. You have to go to the Arkansas State Police, yeah, and they do a background check, and they're so bagged up right now because the 2020 has been crazy, and everybody wants a gun license all of a sudden. So it's
Yeah,
taking them like
just
3 or 4 months to mail out. Yeah, but the class is quick. That's the easiest step. It's the first thing to get out of the way.
right, 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 right. But yeah, like so. Look, go on ahead and promote yourself. Plug all your stuff, like your social medias. You know what I'm saying? Where people can reach you at, like like plug all your stuff. Go. Go.
So I'm honestly not on social media that much. Like I'm not really big on social media. I do have an Instagram. I post a lot of my business content there. And the name of my Instagram is Nina de la Flores. It means flower child in Spanish, but it's spelled Ninadellaflores. Nina de la Flores. Also, my website is www.fearlessfirearminstruction.com. So I have a lot more information on my website. You can book there online. There's a contact form. You can ask me questions, email me. We have online chat, like all that. So go to the website if you want information. Fearlessfirearminstruction.com. If you want to see pictures and stuff, go to my Instagram.
Okay. Great, great, great. Yeah. So I'm gonna plug all that in the description box at the bottom of this video. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be down here at the bottom. It's gonna be down at the bottom. Um, like if you follow me on Instagram, I've shared some of our content um before. So just be on the lookout for that. This video, I was gonna have it go up next Wednesday, but I think I'm gonna do it Saturday, and then and then there's some more content that's gonna come on Sunday. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. Uh, but yeah, but with all that said, thank you, Des, for coming on. Hello, hello. Oh, I think her thing disconnected. Dang, I think her thing disconnected. Look, I'm just here to say real quick, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and yeah, yeah, ring that notification bell so you're up to date when I'm posting stuff. I'm posting all sorts of stuff all the time, all the time. There's always content coming. There's more interview coming. This is the very first one I ever did. There's more coming, and there's just a lot more on the way. So yeah, stay tuned and subscribe.